What's up, everyone? My name is Eric, and today I want to talk to you about one of my favorite games growing up, Total Miner Forge. Before I begin, I want to give some credit to Mr. Noble, another YouTuber who inspired me to share what this game means to me. I'll link his video in the description to give him credit where credit's due. With that said, I want to give you a bit of context. When I really got into gaming, I was stuck on the Xbox 360. This is when it had no console edition of Minecraft, and even when we got it, it was always a couple or a few updates behind Java. Since we didn't have Minecraft Console Edition for a long time, Xbox Live had several indie games like Total Miner Forge, Castle Miner Z, Castle Miner itself, Xenominer, and Fortress Craft. And these really took off for a while. And I remember even sinking a lot of time into games like A World of Kelfings and Castle Miner Z, trying to get through all of the objectives or trying to reach the end of the world in the case of Castle Miner Z. The community was also much larger back then, and battle royale games like Fortnite and its copycats, lobby experiences like those on Roblox hadn't really blown up yet. That said, there were always a lot of people around on Xbox Live Marketplace looking for inexpensive games, and most of the time they were either free or $2 to $3. Before I knew it, I was playing with people my age, 7 to 13 back then, all the way up to the 30s and probably higher for all I knew. Without further ado, let's get into Total Miner Forge Dig Deep. Total Miner was by far the most played game on my Xbox 360, other than Black Ops 2 and eventually Minecraft itself. I'd spend hours messing around with scripts of a form of in-game commands that I wasn't all that good at myself, but I tried and got better with time. Before long, I found myself making mostly prison escape maps one by one. I'd script up more than 30 or more ranks over the course of a week or two, and then build up a map that was all sectioned off and zoned off so people couldn't escape. Then I'd script up refilling mines, commands to sell the blocks mined, in-game shops to buy gear, the whole lot, really. This was honestly the most fun I ever had playing the game. Making and then hosting these maps was by far the most enjoyable part for me. What I really loved was watching others work their way through my maps and, well, eventually exploit my crappy 9-year-old conceptions of an in-game economy. But it wasn't just making these maps that gave me the most bang for my buck. $3 after all. A lot of the fun I had came from playing others' maps, helping them with their scripts, trying out their ranks, teleports, shops, all of them. This eventually led to me playing a lot of other people's survival maps and eventually Dig Deep maps. I'll have to say, I'm a bit biased. I really loved easier survival maps where I could spawn in with the game's own shops and mine or farm my way up to titanium armor and gear, and eventually get rare items like the sledgehammer or amulet of flight. What was really special about these survival maps was even when you weren't in creative, you can make some scripts to teleport around the map, or you can make ranks, moving multi-blocks. Really, to an extent, it feels like in Total Miner, your ability to script and your patience with the grind were the only limiting factors. I think the more important part of these maps was really the community. That's really what made them. And of course, you had your trolls, and I'll be honest, I'm guilty of doing a little obnoxious trolling myself, but honestly, it was what made you part of the community back then. And survival worlds and creative ones had spawned jail cells for a reason, and I often found myself in those, along with many others. As I've said, people would find all sorts of exploits, anywhere from the game itself to the map's made-up economies. People would find any way to cheat each other, or really the grind. In a way, this made it more enjoyable for everyone because people were working together. You could join Xbox Live party chats, long before the time of Discord, and it got people connected, enjoying these maps together, really. Total Miner Forge became my third place. I had my family, school, and then there was Total Miner. It quickly became a platform that I loved hopping onto every single day, even after Minecraft was released. There's always something to do, and there's always somebody hosting at any hour of the day, and people are always happy to have you join so they could add to the stats of their map. They could get a rating, usually 4 out of 5 stars or 5 out of 5 stars for some sort of reward, and they could work their way towards the Golden Knight skin, which required 300 unique visitors. I have to say, I love this game mostly because of the community and the people I met. It had a lot to offer me and others on its own, and the community only made it even better. There were frequent updates and plenty of hype for blocks to be added. This is around the time when upside down stairs were all the hype, and scripts to be added and more maps to come out. All players, mostly player made. I have to say, some of my best online friends from back then when I played on the Xbox 360 were either daily or several times a week came from this game alone. We were also guilty of trying to find exploits as a team and cheese our ways through several server economies. There were even clans on this game too, which is hard to believe considering PvP is not the main aim. But I remember TQ4Y, Too Quick For You, a PvP clan mostly, ran by Skimpy and some of his friends, and it just jogs back so many memories. But with my trip down memory lane, and this game coming to an end really, I want to talk about my hopes for this game and my feelings about its current state. To Craig, the founder, I want to thank you for an experience unlike any other, with an amazing community that I couldn't have been more grateful to have been a part of. And to the new developers, I want to thank you for continuing to work on this game and keep it alive in really your off time. There's something so special about getting to still revisit this game and even meet new people on it occasionally. This is my personal opinion, but I think the game is obviously not as it was back in the day. To be fair, Total Miner was made in a simpler time, with fewer distractions and crappier experiences for you to waste your time on. While there were plenty of crappy maps, there's no doubt about that, I really do believe there's something special about every map you joined. I think that the game's community's direction is changing in a way. There aren't servers up at every hour, and everyone I play with seems to have some connection to the old community, and most of the time they're on with friends that they're introducing to the community for the first time. I think this is fine, and maybe the way to keep this game alive in a way is really just to keep talking about it, getting our friends on, and sharing the memories we made before, and hoping for more to come. With that said, I want to thank you for joining me on my walk down memory lane today. And if you liked what you heard, please drop a like, feel free to subscribe. And if you'd like to see more content like this, please let me know. Thank you.